Welcome to this week's edition of the OCU Athletics Update. I'm Andrew Himes. This week we're talking to Superstar Athlete of the Week, Tiffany Goldwire, and women's golf coach, Marty McCauley. Here on the OCU Athletics Update, we're talking to Superstar Athlete of the Week, Tiffany Goldwire, a senior basketball player from Oklahoma City. Last week she averaged 16.5 points and 7 rebounds and helped the Stars defeat second-ranked Union. And Tiffany, what went into that performance against Union, and what does that game say about your team?
A lot of things that I think that went into it was us being very prepared. I think that Coach had talked to us a lot about not looking past Peru and looking towards Union, but I think deep down all of us were super, super excited to be able to actually play against second-ranked Union. We saw them at the national tournament last year, but never got a chance to play them. So I think that we are all very anxious and very excited to play against somebody, you know, with that caliber and see how we sized up against them. So, I don't know. I think that we went into it very, very excited, and I think that gave us an extra boost to kind of go out and play the way that we wanted to play.
How would you describe your game?
Very energetic. One of our assistant coaches actually calls me the Energizer Bunny, and that it's just so funny just because I don't see myself as being that energetic and that spunky and that, you know, kind of like the fire of the team, but everybody tells me that I am, and so I think that I guess that kind of sums it up, just to kind of be energetic and spunky and just to kind of just play for the little girl inside of me that knows that she loves basketball.
What do you expect out of yourself your senior year?
I think a lot of it is probably just reaching all my goals that I've set for myself my entire life, kind of being a leader on and off the floor, kind of being someone that people can look up to, someone that can count on me doing things that need to be done, kind of going the extra mile for my team. I think that a lot of it isn't about scoring baskets or winning a lot of games, but I think, although, that would be, you know, a plus, but I think that a lot of it would be just more about someone that my team can look up to and can count on.
Last year in the national tournament, you really gave the team a spark, and in your junior college days, you were a most valuable player. Talk about your past performances. What went into those?
Well, I think that when I got into college, I was kind of looking forward to playing a higher level of basketball. But when I started to play, I just kind of felt like everybody around you and everybody that you played against just loved the game. And I think that I kind of fell back into that. And I think that having that spark and having everybody around you have the same spark as you just kind of gives you an extra momentum, and just kind of you just play for the love of it, and to be surrounded by everybody else just makes you fall that much more in love with the game and that much more in love with your teammates. And so when you get to be a higher level at OCU also, I think that it just kind of fuels the fire that even more. So
how do you feel like OCU helps you achieve your academic goals?
I think here they just push you. They push you more than a lot of other schools do. Being in athletics, I think, is very tough because of everything that you have to do plus schoolwork. And I think that they really push you to say, yeah, you're a student first and you're an athlete second. And I think that that's really, really strong here. And they push you to higher limits, not just because that you're a student here, but because you're an athlete. You're looked upon that much more and need more and more things to kind of set you aside from other people, because everybody knows that you are an athlete. So, and if you're an athlete and you're getting good grades and you're pushed to that much more, I think that it's just OCU really, really has that in that's their palm of their hand. That's their bread and butter for, you know, having great students.
Can you share something with us about yourself that people may not necessarily know?
Oh, this is embarrassing. I think that most people may not know that I still sleep with a stuffed animal. That's so embarrassing.
All right, we've been talking to Superstar Athlete of the Week, Tiffany Goldwire. The Stars continue conference play on December 1st against USAO.
There's a call to be answered. The spirit of competition is still alive inside. The desire still drives. The phrase student athlete has a great ring to it. Lasting friendships are ready to be made. You just want to keep playing. Game on. Learn more at NAIA.org.
Here on the OCU Athletics Update, we have women's golf coach Marty McCauley. The Stars are ranked #1 in the NAIA, and you had wins at Lubbock and here at home to propel you to that #1 ranking. What went into those performances?
You know, the girls came in this year and worked really hard to start the season, and with 2 new players coming in and feeling like they would probably be our 2 best players, I think they really helped everybody else work hard and bettered their games. So winning those 2 tournaments was big. We also played pretty well at Oral Roberts' tournament. So overall, the fall was a great success for us, and I feel like the girls did well and deserved the #1 ranking they got.
Talk about Jessica Shields' performance in the fall. She became the first woman ever to win 3 consecutive tournaments here.
Jessica did great. And first and foremost, the reason that she did well is she works really hard. Not only on the golf course, but in the classroom as well. At midterms, she had a 3.4 GPA. So I think that shows that overall she works hard at everything she does. She's not the type of practicer that'll go out there and just hit balls in the range and slap putts on the putting green. She goes out and works hard to fine-tune her game, and I think that it's shown with her averaging just over 72 and being ranked #10 overall in the Golf Stat Cup, which compares all golfers at all levels of college golf.
Talk about the contributions that Kendra Mann has made.
For a freshman, Kendra has done great. Kendra is probably, in my 9 years of coaching, the hardest worker I've coached. It's tough at times to get her off the golf course to come and do her schoolwork and do some of the other things that are required of her. But I only see her getting better as time goes on. She works very hard. She's a student of the game and been very impressive so far here at OCU.
Have there been any surprises this year?
There hasn't been any real big surprises. I was a little surprised in a good way at how we averaged 306, just over 306 this past fall. Last year at this point we were averaging 318, so 12 shots a round better, and if you're playing in a 36 or 54 hole event, that adds up to a lot. So that was a pleasant surprise. Our returning players, all are averaging lower than they did last season. Mary Larsh has stepped up and has our 3rd best average on the team at just over 78 shots a round, and last year she was averaging around 82. So I think it's good to have a returning player that was in and out of the lineup some last year and missed out on the national tournament to step up and play well.
You have some recruits joining the team next year. Can you tell us about them?
As of right now, a few weeks ago we signed Abby Thompson. She's from Deer Creek High School. Very, very talented young lady, a good student. I think she'll represent our team very well. She's new to the game of golf. She's only been playing since high school. I only see her getting better, and hopefully by the time she arrives on campus next fall, she'll be ready to step in and compete immediately for a starting spot.
What are your expectations for the spring?
I expect us to continue doing what we're doing. Expectations are difficult, and I feel like with us being ranked #1, we'll have a target on our back, and all the teams across the country will strive to do better than us, but we can only control what we can control. We're going to continue to work hard. We're going to start back up immediately whenever school starts and get to work, both on the golf course, in the classroom, and in the weight room. I think it's important that we get some training done because we are playing 4 NCAA Division I tournaments in the spring, and those are 36 holes on the first day and 18 the second day. So endurance is going to be a big part of what we're trying to accomplish. And our schedule is going to be difficult. We're playing very difficult golf courses, so I think what we have to do is lower expectations a little bit on the scores we shoot and play each course for what it is.
What do you feel like makes OCU unique?
OCU is a very unique place, and to me, as a person in athletics, I appreciate how diverse the campus is. With the dance school, with the business school, the law school, having everything here and having a community so small that offers so much is really special. And I started my coaching career here 9 years ago and left, and am absolutely happy to be back here, and just think OCU is just a wonderful place.
All right, we've been talking to women's golf coach Marty McCauley. The Stars get back underway in February, and you can follow their progress on OCUsports.com. That's it for this week's edition of the OCU Athletics Update. Check back every week for all the latest in OCU sports.